SCHD is popular, sure, but are you ready to explore some hidden gems that could give your investments a fresh boost? By now, you've probably heard a lot about SCHD and how popular it is among investors. It's definitely a solid ETF, known for its balance of dividend growth and high yield. But let's face it, focusing on just one fund might not be enough to keep you covered. Today, I want to talk about 4 other ETFs that you should consider adding to your portfolio, especially as the market is shifting. Recently, the Federal Reserve has started cutting interest rates, and that could lead to big changes in the market. These shifts mean there are new opportunities to explore, but also some bumps along the way. So in this video, we'll dive into 4 ETFs beyond SCHD that can help diversify your investments before 2025. Each one has something unique to offer, and by the end, you'll have a fresh perspective on how to build a well-rounded portfolio. Chapter 1. ETF number 1, Schwab US Large Cap Growth ETF, or SCHG. Let's kick things off with our first ETF, the Schwab US Large Cap Growth ETF, or SCHG. This one is great if you're looking to invest in big, growth-focused companies. SCHG gives you exposure to some of the biggest names in tech and other high-growing sectors. So if you like the idea of owning a piece of industry leaders like Apple, Microsoft, or Nvidia, this ETF has you covered. Now let's get into some facts. SCHG manages about $33 billion in assets, which shows it's a popular choice. Over the past year, this ETF has gone up nearly 40%, and if you look over 5 years, it's seen growth of around 150%. That's pretty solid for anyone wanting to capture the momentum of large-cap stocks. But what's under the hood? SCHG is heavily invested in tech and communication services, which make up over half of the fund. This means you'll find giants like Amazon, Meta, and Alphabet among its top holdings. In fact, about 60% of SCHG's total weight is concentrated in its top 10 stocks. Even though it holds more than 200 companies, these top 10 have a big impact on the fund's overall performance. One thing to keep in mind, SCHG is great if you believe these tech giants will continue to grow. However, if your portfolio is already tech-heavy, you might want to watch out for overexposure. Balancing your investments is key, especially when it comes to high-growth sectors like this. So, if you're ready to add some large-cap growth to your portfolio, SCHG could be the ETF for you. Chapter 2. ETF number 2. iShares Core S&P Small Cap ETF, or IJR. Next up, we have the iShares Core S&P Small Cap ETF, or IJR. If you're looking to diversify into smaller companies with big potential, this ETF is worth considering. Small cap stocks can be more volatile, but they also offer great opportunities for growth, especially when interest rates are dropping, as they are now. IJR focuses on high-quality small-cap stocks, which is a big plus. It doesn't just invest in any small companies out there. Instead, it targets those with stronger financials. This ETF manages around $84 billion in assets, and over the past year, it's up about 23%. If you look over 5 years, it's grown by about 51%. Now, while this is lower than what we've seen with larger caps, it's important to remember that small caps often bounce back hard when the market recovers. Let's take a closer look at the sectors it covers. IJR has a well-balanced mix, with industrials, financials, and consumer discretionary stocks making up the largest portions. This diversity within the small cap space helps spread the risk a bit. Plus, unlike broader small cap funds, IJR holds around 600 companies rather than thousands. This means it's a bit more selective and focused. One more thing to note, the top 10 holdings in IJR only make about 7% of the total fund, so no single company has too much influence over its performance. This is great if you're looking for some stability within the small cap world. Just remember, smaller companies can be a bit more unpredictable, but if you're okay with some risk for the higher chance of high returns, IJR might be the right fit for you. Chapter 3. ETF number 3, Schwab US REIT ETF, or SEHH. Now let's dive into the Schwab US REIT ETF, or SEHH. This ETF focuses on real estate investment trusts, or REITs, which can be a smart choice when interest rates are on the decline. REITs are known for their sensitivity to interest rate changes, and with rates starting to fall, real estate could see a boost. SCHD is specifically designed to give you exposure to real estate through top-performing REITs. It has around $88 billion in assets under management, showing that it's a popular choice for investors looking for real estate exposure. Over the past year, SCHD has gained about 25%, though its 5-year performance has been a bit rocky, down around 4%. But here's the thing. Real estate has a history of bouncing back over the long term, and REITs have outpaced the broader market many times in the past. This ETF is fully focused on real estate, which means 100% of your investment here is in REITs. That might sound like a lot, but it's a great way to get specific exposure to real estate without needing to buy individual properties. The top 10 holdings, which includes companies like American Tower, Simon Property Group, and Realty Income, make up about 50% of SCHD. These are big names in the real estate world, known for their stability and growth potential. Real estate can offer steady income and growth. But remember, it also comes with its own set of risks. Property values can be influenced by economic changes, but with rates expected to continue dropping, REITs might be heading for a positive run. If you're looking for targeted exposure to real estate, SCHD could be a good fit to consider. Chapter 4. ETF number 4, Vanguard Value ETF, or VTV. Finally, let's talk about the Vanguard Value ETF, or VTV. This one is all about value stocks, which can be a great addition to balance out a growth-heavy portfolio. Value stocks are typically more stable and can help smooth out some of the ups and downs you might see with other investments, especially if you're heavily invested in tech or growth sectors. VTV manages around $186 billion in assets, making it the largest ETF on our list today. It's had a strong run, gaining about 30% of the last year and up roughly 60% over the past 5 years. These steady returns show why it's popular among investors who are looking for reliable, long-term growth. So, what sectors does VTV focus on? Unlike the tech-heavy growth ETFs, this one leans more into sectors like financials, healthcare, and consumer staples. These are areas that tend to hold up well even when the market gets choppy. The top 10 holdings include well-known companies like Berkshire Hathaway, JP Morgan, Procter & Gamble, and Johnson & Johnson. These names are solid, established companies that have proven track records. One of the benefits of VTV is that it doesn't overlap with much of the other ETFs we've talked about today. That makes it an excellent choice if you're looking to diversify your holdings even further. You're getting exposure to big, stable companies, but without as much focus on tech, which can be a good way to balance out risk. If you're looking for an ETF that brings stability and complements your high-growth picks, VTV could be a solid addition to your portfolio. It's all about finding that balance, and this ETF might just be what you need to keep things steady. Chapter 5. Comparison and Diversification Strategy. Now that we've covered each ETF, let's take a moment to compare them and see how they can work together. Each of these ETFs brings something unique to the table. SCHD gives you exposure to large-cap growth stocks, perfect for capturing the momentum of tech giants. IJR focuses on smaller companies, which have high growth potential, especially in a low-interest rate environment. SCHD zeroes in on real estate, offering a way to benefit from the impact on rate cuts on property values. And finally, VTV focuses on value stocks, which can help stabilize your portfolio by balancing out higher-risk investments. By mixing these ETFs, you can create a diversified portfolio that's ready for different market conditions. For example, combining SCHD and VTV lets you benefit from both growth and value sectors, reducing the impact of market swings. Adding IJR gives you a piece of small cap potential, which can bring in growth that might not be found in larger stocks. And SCHD adds a layer of real estate exposure, which can offer income and stability when rates are falling. The key here is balance. No matter your investment goals, spreading your investments across different types of ETFs can help you manage risk and capture growth from multiple angles. So, Whether you choose one or decide to mix and match, think about how each of these ETFs can fit into your overall strategy to make your portfolio stronger and more resilient. Chapter 6. Conclusion. So there you have it. 4 ETFs that aren't named SCHD but could still play a valuable role in your portfolio. Each one offers something a bit different. SCHD provides large cap growth, IJR brings the potential of small cap stocks, SEHH gives you targeted real estate exposure, and VTV offers stability with value stocks. Together, these ETFs cover a wide range of sectors, which can help you navigate different market conditions and achieve a more balanced investment approach. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 4 ETFs stands out to you the most? Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care!